So, tomorrow is Columbus Day, and I just want to know, like, what do you guys think of Columbus Day itself? Like, do you think we should still have it? Do you think he should be celebrated? Go ahead.
I don't think it should be celebrated in his name.
Okay.
Because he didn't discover America, he found America. But without him, though, America, well, all the Americas wouldn't be what it is.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Like, well, on the negative side, they kind of conquered and decimated all the natives.
Mm-hmm.
But they set up, like, a good economic foundation that helped Britain, and it started, like, the slave trade and, like, kind of helped diversify the Americas.
Okay. So, like, do you think people, like, obviously you realize both sides, but do you think people, like, have the right to kind of disregard the genocide and just, like, focus on the good points? Like, oh, but he brought all of this economic, like, success to, you know, Americas and stuff like that. What do you think?
I mean, if you're going to celebrate something, celebrate it in its entirety. You know, yes, he brought all this wealth and success, but he also brought diseases and weapons and just absolutely obliterated a culture that was already here. So, I mean, if you want to celebrate it, go ahead, but also recognize there was a lot of strife that came with it. And I think that should also be taught along with all of his successes, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, that's the same thing with, like, Thanksgiving, and it's like everyone wants to celebrate and, like, come together and eat turkey, but they don't want to recognize the damage that it did to, like, so many Native Americans and the fact that they were brutally murdered and it was an entire genocide. Like, you have to look at things on both sides, and it's one thing to be like, okay, yeah, he did this, this, and that, but if they're purposely not teaching the fact that there was an entire genocide of Native American peoples, then that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
So do you guys think, like, we mainly learn about Columbus in, like, elementary school, right? Like, what's the poem? It's like Columbus sailed.
Ocean Blue, 1492.
Yeah.
So do you think they should teach, like the kids about, like, that whole truth, so they, like, grow up knowing the truth, or what do you think? Because the textbooks don't really mention these things, you know?
I think they should. I think kids should learn a lot of things from a young age. That way they're not confused and live their whole life thinking, like, oh, he's the one that discovered America.
Like we did.
He made it.
I legitimately thought
he made it, like, this great, amazing thing, and disregarding all the negative things that happened.
Mm-hmm.
By kids, what do you mean?
Like elementary school,
So, like,
early middle
K
school.
to, like, 3rd grade, K to 4th grade?
Yeah, to 5th grade. To 6th grade, let's say.
I think it should be taught in truth towards the later part where kids can actually understand what happened.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to baby it down, water it down a little bit, that's fine. You know, kids are growing up. You don't want to destroy their innocence with the truth of America. But definitely towards the later part, like 6th to 8th grade, you start introducing them to the reality in which we lived in. Like, yes, he came, but he also conquered.
Okay, cool. And I just have one last question. Columbus, is he more of an evil person or a hero in everything that he did? Overall. Would you categorize him as an evil person or a hero?
I wouldn't say evil. Like, I like, in terms
Did,
of,
like,
he didn't come
eliminate
here to wipe
almost
out
the whole civilization, though.
Yeah.
It was just
but,
more
like,
of a convenience to him for him to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't really know how to put it. Like, I wouldn't call him either. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, he was, like, completely evil. I mean, what he did was literally atrocious, but
at the time, they had, like, this kind of, like, white ethnocentrism around it. So they thought that they were superior to them. So, like, at the time, he was considered a hero to everybody but the natives.
I mean, he might have been a hero for, like, discovering America, but I also feel like he's in a way a scapegoat to just Europe's ambition and the fact that they want to conquer everything and also kill everything.
yeah, there are definitely levels.
So, yeah, Columbus didn't outright kill everyone. You know,
He was ordered.
Just he brought so much strife with him. And so he's like the leader when we say, like, oh, he murdered a bunch of people, but there were, like, other ships, other countries, Europe itself that came and actually destroyed America. So I think he's not a good person or a bad person. I mean, he made a mistake. He found America. But I think Europe, by accident. But I think America just sees him as a scapegoat for, like, Europe coming over and taking the world.
Okay.
Knock, knock, it's Europe.
Perfect.